What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Liquid Kenobi, and we have an update on Wicked movie sequel. So let's get down to the topic and see what we have. The Wicked 2 debuts new title as Wicked Part 1 stalls at the box office. So people predicted that Wicked Part 1 will get right up to $1 billion, but unfortunately, it has been stalling a lot because it's not making not enough money internationally, but domestically, it has been soaring like crazy. So at the moment right now, they do have an official title for Wicked. So let's get down to the topic and see what we have. The sequel of Wicked Part 1, which everyone assumed was going to be called Wicked Part 2, has received a new name as the first film's box office momentum has stalled far short of the lofty expectations many had for it. The sequel film, which hits theaters on November 25th, will be titled Wicked for Good, and it comes out next year, November 21st. After its highly anticipated release in the late 2024, the first installment of Wicked film adaptation managed to carve out a respectable presence at the global box office, but it didn't quite achieve the lofty earnings some industry insiders were expecting. Much like Moana 2, the film was a success, but it fell far short of the $1 billion aspirations many seem to have. So, like this, um, for Wicked, its budget, I believe, was $150 million, and it made its profit already. It already made its budget, but they were predicted that this movie would get right up to $1 billion at least. But of course, it didn't make because international wise, not a lot of people were not into musicals or anything like that. So of course, it failed internationally, but domestically, it did very well. And of course, it beat out Gladiator too. But then you had Moana 2 that came out, and Moana really beat the crap out of Wicked in domestic and in the and international. Made it and it was 300. It was less than $300 million short from getting $1 billion. But now that you have Mufasa and Sonic 3, we're gonna see how that does. Which I am still hoping for Sonic 3 to beat the crap out of Mufasa. By the way, while it certainly attracted a diehard theater goers, longtime fans of the original Broadway show, and a swath of curious newcomers, the film ultimately struggled to match the financial heights of other recent female driven cross generational hits. For context, many pundits drew parallels between Wicked Part 1 and blockbuster culturally resonant smash hit like Barbie, which soared well past the $1 billion mark worldwide. The film grossed over 1.4 billion, serving a similar target audience. By comparison, Wicked Part 1 has settled into a still impressive yet comparatively modest 534 millions of the writing. This disparity in earnings came despite a substantial production budget, a star studded cast, and a marketing campaign that was far better or worse everywhere. The performances by Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande were widely lauded, and critics praised the sumptuous visuals and careful adaptation of the stage production's trademark magic. Now, I've been hearing a lot of good things of Wicked, that despite the musical and everything, the movie was great. The movie was a success. And I'm happy for the people, fans that love this kind of thing. I am happy that it made their expectations. Well, I am very happy for that. And that's what you need to do. You got to target the fans that you love. That's what some of these franchises lack. That has been that has been failures, like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, Willow, National Treasures, Star Wars, Marvel. They are lacking on trying to target the fans. And if they don't do that, bro, you're going to lose the fan base and you're going to lose profit of this. But like Wicked 2, it was a success. Super Mario Brothers, a success. Sonic right now, the Sonic trilogy has been a huge success, which now it has part 4 coming out in spring 2027, and they have begun production right now as we speak. So, I mean, that's what you got to do. If you want franchises like this to succeed, you have to target the audience, target your fans. But Hollywood lacks that, bro. And that's what they need to fix. But outside the theater star, Cynthia Erivo spent her time attacking fans over perceived slides and weeping during interviews while seemingly trying to make their entire production all about her, not her as Elphaba, the main character of Wicked, whom the story arguably is all about, her as Cynthia Erivo, the actress. Yeah, she's done a lot of damage to the fan base, bro. She has done a lot of damage to the fan base, bro, outside of the movie, man. But I don't want to get into detail with that. I'm sure this will probably give it. This story will give it. She really stated that she was the best suited to the role because of her race and sexuality, and everyone from the poster to Alfaba's hair had to reflect who was as Cynthia Erivo. It's possible this coupled with a reviewer and the co-star Ariana Grande crying and clutching at one another as seemingly every interview they did might have turned off a potential larger audience. Some question whether the film's pacing, darker thematic elements, and niche appeal of musical theater could truly captivate mass audiences to the same degree as more universally accessible properties like Barbie. In the end, although it debuted strongly and maintained decent legs throughout the holiday season, Wicked Part 1 failed to break into the coveted billion-dollar club. Again, that's not to say the movie performed horribly. Industry experts estimated that the film's break-even point was 375. It had a budget of 150, plus the film's massive and campaign cost are another 150 million, according to the industry's insiders. The factoring in theater cuts, 375 sounds like a logic profit margin. Now, with the sequel's newly announced title Wicked for Good, the creative team behind the adaptation appears committed to delivering a conclusion that can win over both the ardent supporters and more casual viewers who might have found the first installment somewhat elusive. The name itself references one of the musical's most beloved and thematical resonant songs, hinting at a finale that may aim to connect more broadly and emotionally with audiences. However, many were left wondering why the film didn't simply call it itself Wicked Part 2. Wicked for Good, slated for November 12th, 2025, will face intensified scrutiny and pressure to deliver a cultural moment akin to those of the other major female lead franchises that have proven their global box office might. By acknowledging the shortcomings of the first film's performance relative not only to initial projections but also to benchmark titles like Barbie, the filmmakers can refocus their narrative, hoping the next installment will bring the franchise closer to the widespread transcendent success for which it seemed originally destined. You know, if these two actresses did not attack, if Cynthia did not attack the fans, if Cynthia would have never have attacked the fans and just kept her mouth shut, I think this movie could have made a billion. I think the movie would have made $1 billion if Cynthia would have kept her mouth shut. But since she had her mouth opened up, I guess that's why she lost. They didn't get to that $1 billion mark. But like I said, but despite that, the movie did a huge success. It made a huge success, and that is good for fans. So that should be enough. So, all right, that's going to be it for the article. So, thank you for watching this, being in this channel and watching this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. All right, guys, thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.